Sampling research method refers to a basic simple research technique that involves picking a subset of a larger population. Sampling as a data collection technique is divided into two: probability and non-probability sampling. Probability sampling is a sampling technique in which each member of population has an equal chance of being selected. It is divided into random sampling, systematic sampling, and stratified sampling. Random sampling probability sampling method where every member of population has an equal chance of being selected. This means that each individual in the population has an equal probability of inclusion, and the selection of one individual does not influence the selection of another. Principle of random sampling: equal probability. Every member of the population has the same chance of being selected. The selection of one individual does not affect the probability of selecting the other. Randomness: the selection process is purely random. Limitation: it can be expensive and time-consuming. Crafting a sampling frame can be challenging for dispersed population. Systematic sampling: this is where items are selected from a larger population using a fixed regular method called the regular interval, used in language research to study patterns, structures, or usage in manageable and organized way. Not all individuals stand an equal chance of being selected. Systematic sampling: this is where items are selected from a larger population using fixed regular method called the regular intervals, used in language research to study patterns, structures, or usage in manageable and organized way. Not all individuals stand a chance of being selected. Advantages: it is less prone to bias if the list has no hidden patterns. Disadvantages: if there is a hidden pattern in the population list, it can bias the result. Not ideal if the list isn't randomly ordered. Stratified sampling: it is used to ensure that distinct subgroups within a population which are fairly and proportionally represented in a sample. The subgroups are called strata on the basis of similarities, and from each group, the members are randomly selected. It addresses the issue of less homogeneity of the population. Importance of stratified sampling: it gives better accuracy in results as compared to other sampling methods. Very easy to teach and easy to grasp by trainees. Even smaller sample sizes can also give good results using strata. We can divide the larger population into different subgroups according to our need. When to use stratified random sampling: when we want to establish a relationship between strata, when we want to focus on a particular strata from the given population data, when it is difficult to conduct the sample population. This method is best as samples are easily involved in research. Non-probability sampling: samples are chosen not by chance but rather by the researcher's subjective assessment. Not every member of the population has an equal probability of being included. Frequently employed in qualitative research. Types of non-probability sampling: purposive sampling, convenience sampling, and snowball sampling. Purposive technique where researchers intentionally select participants who are most relevant to the research question. Allows for in-depth exploration of experiences by conducting interviews and focus group. Advantages: it provides rich detailed data, allows researchers to focus on specific cases, useful when studying rare or unique phenomena. Disadvantages: high risk of bias as selection is subjective, limited generalizability since the sample is not random, requires strong background knowledge to ensure appropriate selection. Convenient sampling: participants are selected based on their easy accessibility and willingness to participate. This method is particularly useful in classroom-based English language research, where the researcher has direct access to a specific group of students. Advantages: enables researchers to gather initial data quickly and efficient, especially when the time or logistical constraints exist. It provides valuable foundation for deeper investigation. Disadvantages: lack of generalizability since sample is not randomly selected, lead to biasness as certain groups may overrepresented or underrepresented, limited diversity. Snowball sampling: useful for studying populations that are hard to reach. How it works: initial selection: researchers start by identifying subject. Referral process: the researcher asks initial subject to refer to other individuals who also meet the study criteria. Data collection: researcher conduct interviews or collect data from each referred participant, further expanding the sample size as more individuals are identified. Advantages: access to hard to reach population, cost effective. This method can reduce recruitment costs since participants often help identify others. Disadvantages: sample might be biased since participants are likely to refer to individuals similar to themselves. Success of this method heavily relies on the initial subject willingness to participate and refer others. Thank you.